All right, I'm going to show you some unit conversions, and you can really do these a couple of ways. I'm going to show you the easy way that I know that you're familiar with, but then I'm going to show you a more difficult way, not because I expect you to do it every single time, but because there are going to be certain problems that the only way you can solve them is the more difficult way. And I'll explain what that means as we get to that problem, those kind of problems, okay? All right, so the first one, this is actually number 1 on your homework tonight, and it says 8 cups is equal to blank ounces. Well, the conversion is that 1 cup is equal to 8 ounces. So one way that I can go about this is I can actually write the conversion underneath, and that's probably what you're familiar with, saying 1 cup is equal to 8 ounces. And since 1 cup is 8 ounces, that means 8 cup is therefore 64 ounces. Another way I'm going to show you, and this is what you're going to be using in science class this year, and that's why I want to show it to you, okay? And the trick is, or the strategy is, you would say 8 cups is just over 1, okay? And then we're going to say 1 cup is equal to 8 ounces. And the reason we set it up this way is because the diagonal units cancel out. And then I can multiply everything across, everything on top across, and then everything that's on the bottom straight across. So 8 times 8 is 64, and then I don't have a unit here because this one's canceled out, which just leaves me with ounces. And then 1 times 1, and again, there's not a unit there, so that's just equal to 1. So 64 ounces over 1 is the same thing as 64 ounces. And that's, again, the same thing that we got using this method. Let me show you now number 2. So we have 8,000 pounds is equal to blank tons. Well, the conversion factor is that 2,000 pounds is equal to 1 ton. I'm going to show you this long way, the longer way. So we're going to say 8,000 pounds, and we just put it over 1. The very first thing you start off with, you put it over 1, okay? And because I have pound right here, I need to make whatever it is equal to, the pound has to be on the bottom here. So since 2,000 pounds, that's equal to 1 ton. So because I have the same unit on the diagonals, those cancel out. So then I can multiply, I can start simplifying all my numbers. 8,000 times 1 is 8,000, and then I have a T for tons, and that is over 1 times 2,000, which is 2,000. But this right here simplifies. 8,000 over 2,000 is 4, so the answer is tons. So 8,000 pounds is equal to 4 tons. Now I'm going to show you with number 26 on your homework. For this one, we have 110 ounces is equal to blank pounds and blank ounces. And the conversion is that 16 ounces is equal to 1 pound. So 110 ounces, and we're going to start off with it over 1. And because I have ounces up here, I'm going to put my ounces over here in the bottom. That way they can cancel out. And 16 ounces is 1 pound. So 16 ounces is 1 pound. And again, my diagonal units cancel out. And let me explain really quick the reason why. If we actually multiplied all of this stuff across, let me actually scratch this out. Oops. Let me say 16 ounces equals 1 pound. Okay, if I actually multiply all of this across, 110 times 1 is 110, and then I have ounces, and then I have pound, those units, which that just looks funny, but you'll see what I mean in a second. And then 1 times 16 ounces is 16 ounces. See how those ounces are canceling out? Anytime you have the same thing, the same numerator and the denominator, they cancel out, and they're equal to 1. So that just cancels out. So that's all I was really doing here, was just canceling it out before I multiply. It's like cross simplifying is what I'm doing. And so now I have 110 pounds over 16. Well, I need to fix that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide 110 by 16. And I'm just doing that on a calculator just to save some time. How much time am I really saving as I pull it up? And I end up with 6.875. Well, we don't want to give this as a decimal, right? So we know it's going to be 6 pounds. Well, 6 times 16 is 96. So this is really just 96 ounces, right? Well, that still leaves the 10, the 4, so that's going to be 14 ounces. So 6 pounds, 14 ounces is equal to 110 ounces. Okay. Now, let me show you another example with the that whole long way that I've been doing. And we're going to do some more of this in class. Let's say that I said 52 days is equal to blank minutes. Sorry, when I record, it kind of connects everything. It's kind of annoying. Okay. Well, we have a couple of things going on here. Okay, I'm actually going to change colors. Okay, so we're going to say 52 days. And remember, we start over 1. We know that we want our bottom diagonal 1 to be days, right? And we want to try to get to minutes, okay? But let's start with hours. So we're going to say that 1 day is the same thing as 24 hours, right? And then I want to say, okay, well, now I have my hours, and I can get me to minutes with that conversion. So I know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So now I'm going to go through and cancel out all my units. So I have days and days here, and then I have hours and hours here. Well, I can go ahead and multiply everything on the top and multiply everything on the bottom. So everything on the top, using my calculator, is 52 times 24 times 60, and that's equal to 74,880 minutes over 1, which we don't need the over 1, so the answer is simply 74,880 minutes.